Origen was a Christian theologian who lived in the 3rd century, and his ideas and writings had a significant impact on the development of Christian theology. One of his most famous and controversial teachings was the concept of Apocatastasis, which suggests that all souls, including the devil and demons, would eventually be reconciled with God and saved. This teaching was in contrast to the widely accepted belief of eternal damnation, where souls who did not accept Jesus Christ as their Savior would be punished in hell for eternity. Origen's belief in the salvation of all souls is often seen as a reflection of his deep faith in God's infinite mercy and love. Origen also believed in the pre-existence of souls, which meant that each soul existed before being born into its physical body. This idea was not new, as it had been proposed by earlier philosophers such as Plato, but Origen gave it a distinctly Christian interpretation. He believed that each soul was created by God and had a unique destiny and purpose. Origen's focus on the pre-existence of souls also led him to reject the idea of original sin, which was a central concept in the teachings of many early Christian thinkers. Instead, he believed that each soul was responsible for its own actions and was capable of achieving moral perfection. To achieve this moral perfection, Origen taught that people needed to live a life of virtue and strive for spiritual enlightenment. He believed that the material world was inherently flawed and that people needed to detach themselves from worldly desires in order to achieve spiritual growth. This emphasis on the spiritual rather than the material was a radical departure from traditional Christian teachings of the time, which often focused heavily on the pleasures of the material world. Origen's teachings were not without controversy, however, and some of his ideas were later condemned as heretical by the early Christian Church. Nevertheless, his influence on the development of Christian theology cannot be denied, and his ideas continue to inspire and challenge theologians and believers to this day.